It's your boy O King Johnny OH_KING_ Johnny.
It's your boy Waves.
It's your boy Rip. I'm a taste to consider
Scott, author of Exodus 2035.
It's your main man Littles, the you and you stepchild G motherfucking Dex.
It's your boy Son of Mother Lover.
We got Scream Man.
Scream Man. Yeah, that's him.
Hand sanitized.
Pornhub app, what?
Yeah. Hey, do they have an app though? Hold up.
Oh shit.
Hold up. They have an app?
Yeah.
Pornhub have an app.
Are you
Most of them
serious?
just have
I ain't
apps.
know they
Hold
had
up.
apps.
XNXX has an app too?
That's your website
Are
too,
you
bro?
serious?
Website trash.
Hold up. Nah, it is though. That don't trash.
Which one you use?
What is?
XX.
That's trash.
XNXX is trash?
Yeah, I think that don't trash.
That's on trash.
Which y'all use?
I don't know.
No, X video fire.
Nah.
It's almost the
shit
same.
That shit
It's almost the
ghetto.
same. Yeah, that's what I like.
You like the ghetto?
Yeah, bro. For real, I don't like to look at scripted porn. Like I think
Oh,
that's weird.
I don't look at scripted.
No,
porn.
when I say scripted, I mean like
they trying to
this
act.
is what not them trying to act. This is what they do. If that makes any sense, like
What you mean?
You
like Mr. Marcus and them. I couldn't.
You like amateur.
Yeah, I don't like the you know what I'm saying, Mr. Marcus and them.
You know
And,
the category.
Yeah, I don't like that shit neither. I
I
didn't
can't
know people still watch that shit.
what? I don't watch
Like real porn stars.
No, I don't watch that. No.
Yeah, I don't watch real
I'd
porn
rather,
stars.
rather watch regular people.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I'm with that.
I would do that. That makes sense. Because they be doing shit. I'd be like, bro, I probably wouldn't even try.
But
that.
you said X and XX is trash. So what you say is the best joint?
X video. But they almost got like the same. Though.
I don't never.
I think
I'm about to
X
say-
Shit
in
is like
X
the same, bro.
it is, but I think X in XX is more white people on that jump. Like when I put in like big booties or something.
Just
They
put
bring
a
up-
pog.
Okay. What is no? I don't want
White
white
girls.
No, I'm saying it's most. I don't want only white people. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's
Most
not
of that's
only-
web. Most.
Yeah,
What
when
we
you
talking about again?
porn sites, they
Talking
said
about the app, dude,
You need to
you had
just-
your shit on the screen.
you
So
need
we
to go
didn't know
to,
it was apps. Actually,
they said X
I ain't
and
got no
XX.
porn app on there.
No, we didn't say you had porn. We didn't know there was.
They said
actually porn
X and
app.
XX
Nah,
is
you on the
trash.
right, bro.
No, you're not.
Yeah, come on through, bro.
And he got his shoes on.
Oh yeah, you gotta take your shoes off, bro.
Looking just like his
I
brother.
should be able to wear my shoe because I don't step in shit in or nothing. In my shoes, bro.
What?
He gets
That's-
he gets
bro,
carried in
Shut
the
your
house.
ass
He be getting carried in the house because he's so small.
Ask Rip why he don't want people wearing their shoes in his house, bro.
Because of mud, right?
Because
And
Roddy
because
Rich.
Y'all don't watch where y'all going. I watch where the fuck I'm walking, bro.
What you mean? No, he don't want it because your shoes attract dirt in the road.
Bro, I make sure I step around shit, bro.
What? So you saying you ain't got no dirt on your shoe?
Nope. You can go lick that motherfucker.
Make sure the
get
mic
that
is on.
coronavirus if you want to.
Hey, this motherfucker retarded. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
cousin.
What's going on, Leo?
What's good? What's good?
Hey,
What's
man.
good, y'all?
You still owe me 100 from like 10 years
That's
ago.
a fact. That's a fact. I think that shit invalid now. I like the Lakers now. I like the Lakers.
You like the Lakers?
Braun over there.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a Celtics fan, bro. Don't
I
do
know. I
that.
still fuck with the Celtics though. That's not still my team.
Yeah,
Still my
yeah,
team.
yeah. Ain't no Braun, ain't no NBA, ain't nothing right now.
Nothing.
Nah, that shit.
Boy,
suck.
TV be dry as
Hey,
shit.
yeah, what y'all been watching though?
Hold on, we gonna get to that.
Oh, all right.
Back to this porn thing.
Okay.
So you said X videos is the best.
To me, yeah, I think so.
Nah.
Pornhub.
It's an X.
I knew Rip was
I'm with X and XX, but I
knew
like
Rip
I said,
was
it's
gonna
more
chime
white
in.
people.
Son,
Yeah,
but if you want,
Did
no,
y'all-
it ain't. You can
Son,
just go to
I
black
seen-
black girls or
Right,
ebony.
so when I type in like big booties or whatever I want to see, they bring up mostly white people first.
Just type in black, bro.
But you
or
should be at the
ebony,
point
bro.
now where you already got
I got
specific chicks. Specific chicks that you know. But if you want to see like homemade
Hold on,
stuff, you
what
gotta
you
go
mean?
to.
Now he's saying if you want it enough.
You should already. If you
Yeah.
trying to.
I couldn't tell you no joint name.
Nah, I don't
No,
know
not
nobody
the,
know.
no. Oh, you talking about people wise?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
you
talking
should
about
already got your
scene-wise.
go-to people.
Nah, he
No,
said he
I
was
don't
amateur.
watch- I don't watch
He
people.
do. He don't.
Yeah, see, so I was about to say, if you like amateur stuff, you gotta go to she'sfreaky.com.
Damn it!
Oh,
Nigga
she's.
kept
Dang, I
cutting
ain't
me
heard
off.
that one.
Yeah.
That's
I ain't never
true.
heard of
I
that
ain't
one,
never
though.
heard that one. Hey,
That's
send that
true.
in the group chat.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know about She's Freaky?
No, I don't know.
No,
nothing
bro.
about that one.
What?
She's freaky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got all the amateur stuff on there.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's
nothing
so-
but amateur on that joint.
Yeah.
All right, send that to
That'd
me.
be perfect. That'd be perfect for you, son.
OnlyFans joint on that joint or some shit.
Say it again.
I'll
Little
be damned if
OnlyFans.
Yeah, it be
That shit on
something that's
Instagram.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how.
I saw
why
the
do
leak
people
too.
pay for shit.
I
that's
be
free?
already understanding that
Right.
shit. either.
Bro.
What, paying for porn?
Yeah. Or no, the
Oh, pictures
OnlyFans
or
shit,
anything.
bro.
Oh, the OnlyFans?
Bro, I wish the fuck I would.
But
pay for some
but
shit
listen,
like
if
that.
you wanted to see somebody that person
Nah,
naked, you would
I'm
pay.
I'm
still
not
not
that
doing that.
desperate to
Yeah.
pay.
No, we not saying
And they
you
don't be
paying.
naked
No,
all
I'm
the
saying
time.
like, why, bro?
They don't even be naked all the time.
You get on that joint, they be posting the
okay,
same
okay.
stuff they post on Instagram.
They do, John. You absolutely
Without
right.
the
I ain't never
emojis.
been on that.
Without the emojis.
Without the emojis.
Like you got the same shit the next female got, bro. I'm not about to pay for that.
Hold up,
Hey.
son, so you telling me if Beyonce
I'm not
was like,
knocking
I'm doing
their
the
hustle.
OnlyFans, Joe?
Fuck no.
Somebody gonna pay for it and
I'm
it's gonna
not paying
leak it.
for it.
Yeah. I'm not knocking their hustle though, because they
okay.
getting money
Bro,
off that shit.
I don't even like strippers, bro. So
Yeah, I'm
you
with
think
you
I'm gonna
on
pay
that.
for some porn, bro?
Don't say you don't like strippers. You don't like to go to strip clubs.
I don't like giving my money to strippers.
All right.
So you think I'm gonna give my money to a chick that's on
You
the
can
screen?
still go to the strip club and not
It's
get
fun.
no money.
No,
Yeah, you can
I
go
mean,
fall
it's
asleep
fun
like
when
somebody.
you're with a group of
Yeah,
people
I
that
don't
you
know
fuck
that
with.
nigga was-
Like I have fun when I go with a group of people that I fuck with.
Or
but
go to
I'm
one
not-
where the food is good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not eating
stadium
no strip
wings be
club, bro.
fire, bro.
I'm not
so I've
eating no
heard.
strip club, bro.
Stadium wings be fire, bro.
Oh no, stadium food bomb.
I'm not. I know.
Shut
but
your
I'm,
ass up.
It's
Stadium
eating
wings
there,
is
bro.
fire.
It's separate, man.
I'm not eating there. That's how the corona started.
Strip club and wings. Strip club wings and
So
ass.
speaking of Corona, first of all, it's the Unproductive Unapologetic Podcast. Thank you for all your support. You can find us on Google Play Music, Player FM, podcast app. Just Google unproductive_unapologetic. Also on Instagram _unproductive_unapologetic. And we got a special guest, Lim is in the house. What's up, Lim?
What's
What's
up?
up?
What's up? What's up?
He in here chilling with the fellas. We short staff. Shout out to G Deck. Shout out to Scott. And shout out to Gangsta Tay.
Yep.
But we here in the middle of coronavirus. They told us to stay in the house, but we refused. We gonna come out here and we gonna pod.
Right.
Hand
So-
sanitizer
so-
on deck.
So how y'all feel about the whole corona thing? Are y'all on board? What's up?
I'm not on board.
Yeah,
Talk
I ain't
about
with
it.
It
that.
ain't
not-
changing. It ain't changing nothing over here with me.
Yeah.
I still got work.
I mean, it's like they forcing shit that you should already be doing.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
pretty
saying?
much.
Like you should already be keeping your hands clean and shit like that before even touching your
Don't
face.
you learn that in
Um,
elementary school?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I keep my hands clean, but I have been going a little extra because of the whole thing or whatever. I think I've washed my hands more
Right.
in the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks than
I
I
usually
probably
don't carry hand sanitizer
Right,
on me, but
right,
I got
right,
that
right.
shit on me like a Glock, bro.
Right.
I think that's some bullshit though.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Every 2 years, it's something new.
Yeah,
That-
Every
pretty much.
2 years.
And it goes away.
Every 2 years.
Goes
Right
away like
after
that.
elections.
Right.
Every 2
Because
years.
remember, last election was Ebola.
Ebola.
It was
Yeah.
Ebola, and then in that joint, nobody. I ain't even heard nobody say Ebola.
What happened to it? What happened
Exactly.
It just left.
Ebola, swine flu,
Exactly.
SARS. Yeah.
And you know, everybody say, "Oh well, you know, we should take it seriously." I'm like, yeah, but how can we really take it seriously when y'all do this every, like you said, couple of years?
I just got one question, bro.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Why are y'all buying up all the tissue and paper towels, bro?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That ain't gonna,
Like-
that ain't gonna save your life.
Yeah, yeah,
People
Like,
will be
bruh.
on panicking.
yeah. And
But what
it's,
is that supposed to do to save your life, bro?
and the thing that irritates me about it is there are people like myself that ain't in this super panic. Just need my normal,
Right.
you know, go out and buy my normal batch of toilet paper, and it ain't nothing.
I was like, that's all I need is a couple packs of chicken to go with my,
Exactly.
my vegetables
I know.
that I already got in the refrigerator.
I know all these people out here ain't eating fucking oodles and noodles, bro.
Yeah.
I just need one pack of chicken, bro.
I just refuse to be in fear of this. I
Yeah,
just
I'm about to
refuse
still
to,
live
man.
my life.
The last thing you want to do is be in fear, man.
I'm gonna tell you when I get scared. If somebody in the hood get it. If nobody in the hood get it, I ain't really scared.
Well, it's funny
bruh.
you say that because I'm starting to think black folk immune to it. I ain't heard one black person
No.
have it yet.
Now, my wife, her friend,
Let me
grandmother.
rephrase that.
Okay.
I've heard black people have it. I haven't heard it kill no black people.
All right. Okay. All right.
Oh, they say if you under the age of 60 or something, you
You
good.
fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
over
heard
that.
3 people in Maryland is cured from it now.
What you mean cured?
Like, they don't have it.
They don't have the symptoms
Yeah,
no
they don't
more.
have it
They don't have the symptoms.
Yeah.
Because somewhere I was reading they was saying that it's basically here to stay. It's a
Yeah.
new flu version.
Yeah.
So
And
it's gonna be coronavirus every winter pretty much.
they already said that it's been here for years, but
Exactly.
people the doctors and stuff been classifying it as the flu. So when you see all these deaths from the flu, that's probably the coronavirus.
Gotcha.
But they didn't. They just throw it off as people come in and be like, I got these symptoms. Oh, you just got the flu. Here you go. Take this. But they really got the coronavirus and they haven't been treating it right.
Gotcha.
Is the coronavirus considered more deadlier than the flu?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a stronger virus, basically.
It's just
All right,
another
so
virus.
I got a question, right?
Go ahead.
So every time they come up, so who comes up with the names? How all of a sudden they got names?
Whoever invented it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because most of this stuff is invented and it's patents. If you go research it, it's patents for all this stuff.
Yeah, that's how they do hurricane. They just name it whatever letters next.
Yeah, every just about every disease I feel was man made.
Yeah, so that's
that's how I
when
feel.
with the 19 is basically like the first state with the first sign from it was in 2019. So that's why that's for the
For
19.
real?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned that shit on Twitter like 2 days
But
ago.
I still think it's some political going on with it.
Yeah.
Every time.
But shout out to Trump for suspending the interest rates on college loans.
Oh, really?
Still paying though.
He needs to
He's
suspend.
still
interest.
paying, but he's suspending the interest rates for
that's
right
hard.
now.
Yeah, that's
and that's why I'm like, this nigga gonna get elected.
Bro, it don't even matter,
he
bro.
gonna do
I done
everything
seen
right.
people talking about this is from Obama not doing this and doing that, and I'm just
What?
like,
This is
bro,
wild.
like, why do y'all keep trying to bring Obama into
Well,
everything, bro?
You gotta, so basically, Obama had put in place some protocols basically to deal with a situation like this. When Trump took office, he suspended all that.
Exactly.
Suspended the shit, bro.
And so, but you gotta know, Trump's thing is always this. If you really pay attention, if it's something good, he did it. If it's something bad, it's because of Obama. That's just his MO. So
It ain't even him, bro. It's just
like he
people
stood up there and the reporter asked him, like, hey, where did you feel, you dropped the ball or whatever? He was like, well, none of this is my fault. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's never his fault.
And
When
then he
it's
gonna
bad.
say that was a nasty question too. Who are you? How are you the president?
That was a nasty.
Crazy, man, crazy. But yeah, so I think the biggest blow of this whole coronavirus thing is the fact that they canceled the NBA.
Oh God, bro.
Sports period.
period.
Sports, and it's pushing back my movies, and I'm pissed off.
Yeah,
It's
damn.
NBA for me, and I didn't realize. I mean, I knew I watched a lot of basketball, but I really see how much my TV has not came on since they canceled that joint. I'm talking. My screen has been black since they announced.
I don't
it.
even think I turned to ESPN.
Bro, it ain't no point. Like, I watched ESPN that first day when they canceled the joint, and I knew for like 2 hours that's all they was talking about.
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
you basically
it ain't
gonna
no
be watching
point.
CNN.
I went to the barbershop today, and of course they had ESPN on, and all they was talking about was old stuff from
For
the
real?
past, bro. And I'm just like, I wish the fuck I would turn
Yeah,
this
because
shit on at home.
I seen LeBron's son had posted something. They was sitting watching them play old
yeah.
clips of
him and Wade.
LeBron and shit. Yeah, I'm like, dog, I can't do it, bro.
Bro, just think how this 2020 has been so far.
Trash.
We only in the
Trash,
beginning of March.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Trash, bruh. And it's funny because back in, I say the beginning of February, I was talking to my girl and I was like, yo, this shit just don't seem, something is off, yeah?
The COVID shit. And
It's just been one
This.
thing after another.
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Mm.
Just been
every month is like it's getting
trash
worse.
as hell.
Yeah.
Still got 9 more months of this shit. So what else could go wrong?
And we was hating
Yeah,
on 2019.
Right.
2020 said, hold my beer.
The famous meme with the chicks going into the new year with all that stuff.
Yeah.
They got the chick going backwards to 2019.
Which year would
Oh,
you
I,
rather go back
I
to?
seen
That
her go
was
back to
funny.
2012.
Yeah, I saw 2012.
Damn.
Damn.
Back to 2012. I don't want to go that far.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
man.
Then again, I ain't had no kids in 2012. That was John Lit.
So what have y'all been like watching? Since
Yes.
there's no sports
Please give
on
me some
TV,
stuff to
bro?
watch.
Oh well, I already haven't been watching the NBA, so I just been on Netflix or watching The Office or The Wire.
Oh, you've been watching old stuff.
Hey,
So any new stuff? Anything I need to be hip to?
I already watched all that shit.
For real?
That's why you watching the old shit.
Right.
Right, what are you
That
gonna do
nigga
these
rip at-
2 weeks coming up?
That
Oh,
nigga
my
rip at the
God.
end of Netflix.
You have reached the end.
You just be scrolling. Where have I seen? Bro?
Yeah, interesting.
Ain't I'm about to be home for the
Yeah.
next until further notice.
Hold up, that's what they told you?
They said until further notice.
Damn.
Teleworking.
Damn.
I'm about to be watching everything.
Nah, you gonna be watching fucking what's it called? She nasty.
Yeah. I started playing Grand Theft Auto again.
That is crazy, bro. He like they ain't got Corona in this game.
That nigga about to get his Xbox on. That's like that nigga Greg hit me. He been talking all this shit about 2K. He hit me the other night. He was like, man, this 2K, the presentation. I said, oh, damn, you want to play 2K? Right. You ain't got no NBA, so now you got to play it.
Somebody on Twitter said, he said, fuck it, I'm about to make the computer play the computer.
I'm about to watch that joke.
Hey, that's real talk. That's the first thing I said. I said they canceled the NBA, but they ain't canceled my 2K season. This motherfucker is order
Crazy,
pop.
man.
UFC still going on.
Damn. You said it was a fight tonight or something?
Yeah,
It was supposed to
They
be a
canceled it?
boxing matchup at the MGM National Harbor, but they postponed it.
Damn.
Because Man Littles was going to buy tickets to that joint.
Oh, for real?
Littles?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't
Y'all was going to go live.
Damn.
Oh shit! I thought y'all would say y'all was gonna watch it on TV.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, we was. We was waiting, see if we was going to buy tickets or not, but we was like, we just.
Oh, y'all niggas
Y'all ain't let nobody know.
So hold on, time out. So
No,
we need to discuss this.
if we was going to buy tickets, I was going to let everybody know.
No.
No.
So you gonna wait till the last minute to let us know we gonna buy tickets?
Yeah, because I was going to wait.
I know they ain't gonna do it.
I was going to wait till Wednesday or Thursday to see if the prices went down.
Y'all hear this podcast over. They planning trips to boxing matches without us.
They be having this.
I was planning on coming over and watching the fight. I don't know nothing about what we're Let me get up out of that. Can't have no dirt on my name.
Damn. So has anybody finished Outsiders?
Yeah.
Oh,
I ain't watched the last episode.
Damn. So we can't talk about
I'm
it.
still on number
Somebody,
3, bro.
somebody
Well,
spoiled
you
it for me.
last
So
time
I
we
already.
said?
It's all good.
Yeah.
How'd you feel
No,
about
I've
the
been-
ending?
I was disappointed.
I was too.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
was
watch the whole
I watched
the
the
scene
whole
at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was still disappointed at how it ended.
Yeah, I felt like. I mean, it was a slow series.
Well, watch the show, nigga.
No. What I'm saying is, before John started,
That don't mean it wasn't good.
Right. So the same way I was hype about Game of Thrones until y'all was like,
No, this
I
ain't
hate-
that- it ain't like
right.
that.
I'm saying the way y'all had me hype because y'all kept talking about it, so I was watching it every time. But then once y'all was like, once it ended, y'all
That
was
was
like, I
great,
don't like
bro.
this shit.
That was great.
And then I'm like, I ain't
Greg
gonna watch it
was-
no more.
Greg was
And
like,
then y'all gonna
don't
talk
watch-
about
just stop
Outsiders,
watching
like,
that
I don't
shit.
like the way
Nah,
it ended.
Game of Thrones, you still should watch.
Yeah, that shit was.
Did you
lit.
start? You started though, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on season 5.
Oh, you
Keep
go,
going.
keep going.
Yeah.
I just stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have kept going.
The thing with the Outsiders was like they could have condensed it. They didn't have to go 10 episodes the way that they ended it. They could have
Yeah.
ended it on 8 episodes
see what
for
you're
real.
saying.
They kind of stretched it out. Like I wish they could have. If they was gonna stretch it out to 10 episodes, I wish they would have went into more in depth into a certain character.
Okay.
But I'll wait till everybody finish.
I ain't
Say,
gonna watch
was
it.
that-
is that character
Until
black?
Sun finish.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Let me ask you this because this question won't spoil anything. Do you feel it ended for another season?
Yeah. It definitely ended. For
And
another
I
season.
think that's where they're gonna fuck up. And I felt like I said they trying to get
Yeah.
another season out of this, but like where the fuck is it gonna go?
I don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause
we'll
after
talk
that,
about it.
After the ending part, after the credits, you was just.
I was like, I was like this. Shit. Oh wait a minute, it was something after the credit. Yeah.
That's what I was asking. Did you watch the whole thing?
Ho.
It's like some Marvel shit. Watch after the credits. There's another scene.
You
Oh, I
fucked
gotta
up.
go back and watch
You
that.
fucked up.
I thought
You
you
know
was
you
talking
fucked
about
up,
the
right.
ending when she was sitting there. Is that the end? Is that after the credits when she was sitting there?
That's the last part I saw. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Was
I
there
did
something
see after
else,
the
Littles?
credits.
Huh?
Was there something else?
The thing I saw on Twitter was that they said after the credits is another scene.
Is that the scene when she was sitting there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
At
then I did
the
see it.
laptop.
when she found
I
something.
did see it. I did see it.
Okay.
I did see it. Okay. Yeah, I was like, that's when I saw that, and I was like, nah, I don't think I'm doing another season.
That's hard.
Let's talk
I
about
didn't even
it.
peep you had that up there.
Let's talk about it.
That's
So it
hard.
says you're throwing a comedy show. Which 3 you paying to perform?
Bernie.
No, hold on.
you gotta get a list, though.
Hold on.
You
Number
gotta get-
1 is Richard Pryor. 2 is Bernie Mac. 3 is Martin Lawrence. 4 is Chris Rock. 5 is Chris Tucker. 6 is Dave Chappelle. 7 is Eddie Murphy. 8 is Cat Williams. 9 is Robin Harris. 10 is Cedric the Entertainer. 11 is Mike Epps, and 12 is Kevin Hart. Now, so that we do this in an organized matter,
I want to go first.
go ahead, Wade.
I'm going with Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy, and I'm gonna go with Kevin Hart.
Hold on, how many
because-
you could pick? 3,
Three.
right?
Three,
You only
yeah.
can pick 3.
I know that was my.
Oh,
third.
go ahead, say them again.
Bernie Mac,
Uh huh.
Eddie Murphy,
Uh huh.
and Kevin Hart.
Okay.
And the reason I'm picking Kevin Hart last is because
you got to give an explanation for that.
it's because he's like the comedian of this generation, and he will bring in people for this generation.
I see what you did.
Okay.
I see what
Exactly.
you did there.
Okay.
That actually, I see what you did there. I see
Fuck
what you
all
did.
that. Who's next?
Dang, I see what you did.
I would pick Martin, Mike Epps, and Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
Wow, that's different.
That's different.
Martin, Mike. All right, I'm gonna go.
I've seen Mike Epps in person, by the way.
Oh, okay,
That's
so,
why. 'Cause that
Mike
nigga
Epps
is
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny. I'm gonna go Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bernie Mac.
God damn it.
Even though Bernie Mac and Robin Harris is the same person, but I'm gonna go Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bernie Mac. And why I'm gonna go that? Because Dave Chappelle is the shit, Chris Rock is the shit, and Bernie Mac is the shit.
True.
Bottom line.
Are y'all going off? Y'all going off their career, correct?
I'm just going off of
Go on, what you think?
what
Your
I would
preference.
personally.
Yeah, your
So,
preference.
all right, so I would go Chris Tucker,
Really?
Martin, and what's crazy is I probably would go Chris Rock.
I watch your show
That's
on the
not
Fire
crazy.
Stick.
Now look, I'm gonna tell you why. See, Chris Rock gonna give you he gonna educate you. So that's why I went with him. Chris Tucker gonna be more
Animated.
animated, and then Martin, he just
Martin is Martin.
It's Martin.
Yeah.
It's Martin.
Yeah, I went with. You can't go wrong to me with anything with Chappelle, Chris Rock, and Bernie Mac.
Stand up wise though.
Fuck
I
yeah.
don't think
I've
his
seen
stand-up-
Chappelle in person.
Hey,
I
y'all
didn't think he
been
was that.
disrespectful. I don't think his stand up is funny.
He'll educate you,
but not better than Chris
Dave
Tucker.
Chappelle
Chris
is
Rock could.
hilarious.
I don't know. They about
Chris
the
Rock
same.
show you like his humor is like serious. but
He's
it's
funny
like,
with his. He's more funny
it's
with
like
his
who?
education.
Yeah.
I give you
Chris,
that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, Chris Rock is.
Yeah.
People call me crazy. I got Chris Rock like really high in my comedic.
He's undefeated to me with the stand up.
Yes, Chris Rock.
Undefeated?
Is.
He has
has
every
great
stand
stand-up.
up has been consistent.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead, Littles.
Let me see. Going with Chris Rock, going Dave Chappelle, and I'm gonna let Richard close the show.
Okay, Richard
I
Pryor.
thought about Richard Pryor, but
I
I'm
like
like, I don't really.
It got
I'm too young for that.
I think
It got to be
Pryor,
Richard
too.
Pryor with the red suit though. Gotta be that one.
Go ahead, Lil.
Y'all disrespectful.
You gonna say Cedric the Entertainer 3?
Y'all disrespectful. I'm gonna go with Richard Pryor,
Okay,
Cat Williams,
okay.
and Kevin Hart. What?
Yeah,
He a millennial.
yeah. He's a
He a
millennial.
millennial. Don't worry about it.
But how you leave out Eddie Murphy, bro?
Highly about Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Because he got Richard.
I ain't gonna say before my time because I put Richard Pryor up there, but Richard Pryor is just like I feel like he the GOAT. When I
Yeah.
look back at his stuff, you can still watch it today.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
true.
He's up there.
I
The
feel
only
like he
reason
the
I ain't
GOAT.
picked Richard Pryor was because I haven't seen a lot of his stand up.
Bro, his stories is crazy.
Yeah.
son.
I just go off of what I know.
And for real, I was gonna do Robin Harris over Bernie Mac, but Robin Harris had a smaller
Yeah.
sample size to me.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? Although his stand-ups are hilarious,
Yeah.
he had a small sample size, so I gave it to Bernie.
So, how the hell you put
What?
Mike Epps over Eddie Murphy?
I didn't say Mike Epps.
Who you say?
I said Chris Tucker. Mine
yeah, that's
Lawrence
what
and
I
Chris
meant.
Rock.
Yeah,
How
I'm
you
the
put-
only one that said
How
Mike
the fuck
Epps.
you put Eddie Murphy under Chris Tucker for
Hold up.
stand up?
Wait, say that again.
You put
Yeah,
Chris
Tucker
Tucker
would
as
never-
your stand up, bro.
Chris Tucker and
Tucker-
Cedric Entertainer wouldn't beat nobody on that roster.
How the fuck you do that under and you don't put
That's
Eddie
his
Murphy?
preference.
Listen, hold up, wait. See,
But why?
I'm glad you brought that up
All right,
because
all right.
I was gonna ask y'all who would close out the show for y'all.
Okay, we doing
For
it
the
like
pe-
that.
Yeah. So
Oh,
the
we doing
reason
it
I
like
would
that.
now the reason I went with Chris Tucker because he gonna get the for real, I would have mine be the person that like how he did on Def Comedy Jam, hosted.
Okay.
But he'll get
He
a
the
long
open-
segment.
Martin
and
the
then-
That's
opener.
what.
Yeah, he'll
all right,
get a
that's
long-
what Kevin Hart would be
you
for
tripping
me.
That's what
even
I was saying.
more. You
No,
got
no,
Martin open.
Yeah.
Chris
Yeah.
Tucker should be opening
Yeah.
that
No.
shit.
But Chris Tucker gonna go second because
tripping.
no, he ain't gonna have no. See, this the
I
thing. Chris
wouldn't
Tucker
pay
ain't
for
gonna have
that
no
shit
long.
at all,
It don't
bro.
matter. Chris Tucker ain't gonna have no long set.
Have you seen Chris Tucker stand up?
Yes,
That nigga-
on Def Comedy Jam. Oh, see, that's the
Oh,
thing.
you only going off Def Comedy?
that's all
Jam?
I'm going off.
Oh, you tripping?
That's why I said he.
You
gonna
know
have
he
no-
got
see,
specials, right?
Mike Epps.
All right, can I ask you this question, bro?
Go ahead.
So you ain't seen nobody else stand ups?
I have.
So you going off of a Def Comedy?
That's what I wanted to go.
That shit was like before
Nah,
Friday.
he going off of the BET joint. What was that show called?
Comic View.
Comic View.
This one with your lineup,
Chris
son.
Rock closing it out for me though.
Right, with your lineup, I could see Chris Tucker opening, and then Martin going second, and that could go either way. Martin go second, Chris Rock go second, or either way.
All right, so we're not
Chris
doing no
Rock would
host.
definitely have
If
to
we're
go
not doing the
last.
host, that's how it would go.
No, I'm saying the lineup. Ain't no
Right.
host.
I
Just
know
the
how-
lineup.
that lineup,
Kevin
that's
Hart's
what I
the
do.
host of all this shit. His corny ass. All right. So mine would be Bernie will open it.
Some of a bitch.
Cause Bernie is just fun. It's just gonna be straight
yeah.
funny. He gonna get everybody
He get
in a
everybody
laughing
warmed
mood.
up.
Yep. And then it could go either or. I'm gonna go Chris Tucker. Chris Rock, and then Dave Chappelle. I'm gonna let
wow.
Dave Chappelle end it. Yeah.
What's
I'm
your
gonna have.
Man.
Of course, I'm gonna have Kevin opening.
You better.
Oh yeah. Nah, that's for the new generation.
He get him warmed
And
up.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna have Bernie go second, bro. Because
Okay.
Eddie Murphy is hilarious to me, bro.
Okay. Littles.
I forgot who I picked.
You said,
You said Eddie Murphy.
I ain't said no damn Eddie Murphy.
You said Chris Rock.
Chappelle, and Richard Pryor. right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got Chappelle opening.
Yeah.
Chappelle gonna open, Chris Rock
Yeah.
do the middle, and
I
Richard
can see that.
closing.
I can see
That's
that.
I'm about to say that's the perfect
can see
lineup,
that.
honestly.
Yeah. Lim.
I'm going Kevin Hart open, then Cat Williams second, and the GOAT
How
third.
the fuck you pick Cat Williams?
He did his three
Cat
white
Williams is hilarious.
No,
He's
Cat Williams is funny.
hilarious, bro.
His stand-ups is
funny,
Yeah,
hilarious.
his last
It
two,
is.
them
Nah,
just
I
funny.
agree,
Yeah.
but
Bruh.
He's
over
funny.
the other
It's-
people that's up there.
Cat Williams over Kevin Hart. That's for
Bruh,
sure.
he gonna give you the. He gonna make you
mention
feel like
Kevin Hart. I'm
everything
not-
real.
I got
Yeah.
a question for y'all though.
Go ahead.
You got to add one white comedian.
Oh.
Jim
I don't know
Gaffigan.
none.
Yeah, I don't know
I
that
don't know none
either.
either.
Dane Cook.
Jim Gaffigan.
Okay.
Dane Cook.
Bill Burr. That nigga's
Oh yeah, Bill Burr's funny
I
too.
don't know.
Y'all don't. All right, so here's your homework. Go watch Jim Gaffigan. Go watch Bill Burr.
You got to put that in
Them
the
niggas
chat
is
because I
funny.
ain't
Bill Burr.
Okay, I'll send it in the chat when I
Don't
get my
forget to
phone.
put that
know
porn
who-
site
none
in
of
there
them-
neither.
I've been trying to get Jim Gaffigan tickets for the last 2-3 years, man.
Jim
And
Gaffigan.
yo,
Okay.
he is hilarious.
I can
He's
even
about
see
to do
his
the high pocket. You
Mike-
ever heard that joint?
That nigga Mike Epps, man. If I ever got like rich or something, I would pay Mike Epps to hang around me. And,
Oh, he's
Really?
definitely that kind of
yeah,
funny.
he that kind of
He
funny.
I see
definitely
what
that
you
kind
saying.
That's why he will open
Around
up.
the way humor.
He will open up my show. Then it would be Martin, and then it would be Eddie Murphy.
Did y'all
My
see that joint on what they was eating? It was him. It was Mike Epps. Was it Mike Epps? With
It
the
was
little-
Mike Epps. I don't know what the fuck it was about though. I just saw a clip.
Yeah, it was. They was eating some food and shit.
Yeah.
I forgot who the other person was. It was two comedians, of course, and they was eating some food and they was talking about the food and having. It was this shit was funny. They was cracking jokes the whole time.
Yeah, I
I don't
seen
find
the
him
little
funny.
icon of it, but
You don't
I
find
didn't
Mike
watch
Epps
it.
funny?
He's movie funny to me.
Yeah, I think
Mike
he's
Epps'
funny,
funniest stand up, he had on his silk black suit, and he was talking about the dude that went to his school that had the handicap on.
Oh, yeah, that shit was.
Yo, that stand up had me in tears,
yeah,
yo.
that shit was.
Who is somebody that's not on their list that
Should be
other
on
than
there.
a white person? You
Oh,
know.
black comedian?
Yeah, black comedian.
It looks like everybody's
Hey,
covered. I can tell you who could come off. How about that?
Okay.
Cedric.
Cedric,
Yeah.
I think
Kevin
he's
Hart,
Oh,
No.
Chris
No,
Tucker.
Kevin
can't
Hart
pick
got
all
some
that.
joints.
Hey, he's an old head.
I would take Chris Tucker off before I take Kevin
Yeah.
Hart off.
It's funny you say. I'm glad you said that way.
Oh man.
I was on Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart got big.
That's true.
I think I was one of the first people that said Kevin Hart was going to be the next Martin Lawrence, and people called me crazy. This was before he popped and became the superstar Kevin Hart. I went and seen him live. It was him, Corey Holcomb,
yeah, they
and
do this. That whole little group.
Yeah, two. Kevin Hart was hilarious. I think Kevin Hart is not as funny as big time Kevin Hart as he was coming up.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Do you
think
think-
I think you come to.
So to your old head comment, I probably knew about Kevin Hart before you.
All right, shut your old ass up. But no, I think it's like, what else can you really? If you've been in the game for so long, bro.
I think he's trying to be safe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so too.
that's what I
Yeah,
was
that's,
saying.
that's the best way to do it.
Business wise, he might be the best
I
to
was
ever
about
done
to
it.
say,
He's doing great.
He
Yeah,
getting that money.
He's probably the best that's ever done it. But comedy wise, like for instance, Chris Rock is always consistent. Dave Chappelle is always consistent.
He better business wise than Eddie Murphy.
Stand up.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Right
I don't
now,
know
think
about Dave
Right now,
Chappelle.
yeah.
I don't think nobody's done stand up the way he's done it.
I don't know
Okay,
about that.
stand up.
This
Yeah.
nigga's selling out football
Yeah,
arenas
yeah,
on
yeah.
a regular
On a-
occasion.
By
Yeah.
himself.
As a stand on a
And
stand up.
then,
That's
you
crazy.
know he's the person you want to be around because he's looking out for his people that he hang out with. He's bringing his crew with, and they opening up for him, making money, bro.
Yeah, just don't get on a private plane.
He's
when they drunk playing poker.
he's the Rock of comedians, though. He plays it super safe. He don't go out of
I'm
his comfort
surprised you
zone.
said that.
He is. That's why they like each other. They're the same fucking person.
Kevin Rock, man.
Kevin Hart definitely showed up and comings like he set a new bar for the business of comedy.
Yeah.
I was watching Meet the Fockers, young, and that nigga Kevin Hart was on that joint on a
was.
little ass scene. I was
He
like,
was.
bro, this nigga
Kevin
just
Hart was at Meet the
every.
Fockers?
Yeah,
Yes, he was. He was a little friend.
Hey, working in the
I don't remember
hospital.
that shit at all.
That
I
was
don't
Meet the
remember that
Fockers,
either.
or was that the last one?
The last one, yeah,
Little
the last
Fockers.
one. Yeah, the little Fockers.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Damn,
And he was
I
on the
ain't
Urge
seen
on
that
40-Year-Old Virgin. How long he was on that one?
He was in there
About
for
a
like 30
second.
seconds. And that's that movie right there. So many people blew up off that movie. There's so many stars in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
It
True.
is.
Except for the other black guy who should have been a star. 'Cause
He had some roles.
He had some
though.
roles. He should be a bigger star.
Romney
Romney Malco.
No, he came up though.
I mean, he ain't with Seth Rogen was in there and Paul Rudd. You know what I mean?
But I still give him. I still say he came up because he's in a lot of stuff. Like he's in stuff that he's like the only black guy.
Oh, I should say. Oh, he should be a bigger star. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Okay. He getting checks though.
Because that scene with him and Kevin Hart, legendary.
Yeah,
that
that's
shit's
hilarious.
funny.
He getting checks though. I ain't mad at the
That's a
man
funny
getting
movie too, by the way. If you never saw it.
So did
40-Year-Old Virgin.
we miss any
Classic.
black? I think Corey Holcomb could go in place of some of these people.
Yeah,
honestly,
I hate y'all like
He's
fun.
definitely not safe.
What about
Yeah, he's not safe at
what's the nigga that had the two girlfriends? Del Rey?
D-Ray?
D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis.
Oh, D-Ray
I
Davis.
think he funny.
No, he can't take nobody spat on his nuts.
Nah, yeah.
I think he can go over Cedric.
a lot of people could go over
I was about to say,
Cedric.
a lot of people go with
I think some
See,
Instagram comedians could go over Cedric.
John and Greg always clown me for this, but I fuck with Arnaz J.
I used to
was funny as
love
shit
him
on
on comic
Comic
videos.
Comic Bill? Yeah.
yeah.
when he did the retarded drink, yo.
Arnaz J is funny. Hey, God damn it, got the radio show.
Oh,
Ricky Smiley.
Ricky Smiley.
Oh,
Smiley.
He could go in place
go
of
up there.
Cedric.
He can take Chris
But
Tucker.
then-
He can take Chris Tucker.
Cedric ain't gonna just do comedy though. He gonna give you like a real experience. He gonna do
Yeah.
like he did his HBO show. It's gonna be music. He gonna do all
Fuck
that
Cedric.
shit.
That shit trash.
Cedric corny and shit.
I didn't think Dave Chappelle was that funny though.
Thank you.
Until the last two shows he did.
Oh, you
I
tripping.
agree
The
with
last
you. I
two,
didn't enjoy
fire.
You saw-
the
you
first
saw all of
two,
them?
but I
All of them.
The Johnny did in
that's-
DC?
I'm about to say the DC
that's-
joint
yeah,
is
the-
classic.
what's the name on?
No, this is like 10
Talking
years
about-
ago.
Where he talking about
When he talking about
the baby selling drugs.
I don't think I seen that.
Yeah.
one. I
Oh,
seen
you
the
need to
joint-
go watch that.
I seen
ASAP.
the joint when he was talking about the gay people.
Oh, that was the last.
That was the
That's
last
recent.
one. Like, you got to
That
see
was-
his other two.
That was the best
The
one
joint
I
he did
ever
on
seen him do.
Showtime.
yeah, I didn't enjoy the first two Netflix Jones, but I
But
really enjoyed
those were the ones
last
when he
two.
first came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He nailed them last
Yeah,
two.
the last
but
two
don't give him no
was
excuses,
really
though.
good.
No, that's not. But you gotta. Before you rate a comedian, I feel like you have to see their entirety. You can't go off of his last three comedy shows and be like, "That nigga ain't funny," because he got some. Case in point, Martin's "You So Crazy." It ain't
Crazy.
many people stand up's gonna top that shit.
Yeah, it's not. That
And
joint
people
crazy.
thought Run Tell That was funny.
It was
I
alright.
don't put that over You So Crazy.
It's
Yeah,
not
you
over
said that.
crazy.
That's not even
It's
close.
classic.
That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
That's what people do that with music too, though.
And
People
sports.
they'll compare it to the
Like,
last album.
does
instead of
Chris
just
Tucker
listen to that
or
album?
Cedric the Entertainer have a classic stand-up comedy
No.
show?
No.
Exactly.
They don't.
Dave Chappelle does. Chris Rock does. Eddie does. Kevin Hart does. Mike Epps does.
You can say Cat
Williams
Williams. Oh,
does.
alright.
Yeah. Everybody. That's why I said
All
out
the
of all
Cat
those
Williams
people,
Jones was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even Eddie Murphy. I got some ice cream.
you going way back. But
yeah, nigga.
but
Oh,
out of
yeah.
all the people that's on there, Cedric and Chris Tucker have no classic stand-up.
Yeah.
Nobody is rushing to see Cedric the Entertainer, Chris Tucker, and Monique. Even though she think people are.
Hey, yeah.
But yeah,
Hold up, did she get paid a lot?
Because I think some more is way
A little
funnier
bit
than
of money.
Monique.
some more
Yeah.
is funnier than her.
I think what's the girl that used to be on the talk show? The older chick that's beefing with them. now.
Adele.
No, not Adele.
Did they go here?
She was in the movie. She was selling the monkey bread. That's how I always remember her.
The monkey
yeah,
bread.
that's a deal.
That's not Adele. That's
What movie she was selling?
With the
monkey
big
bread?
lips.
And Beauty
no,
Shop.
that's Adele.
I don't remember that one.
Adele was in Players Club.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about her. She's funny too, but I'm talking
That
about.
was her in Beauty Shop.
She was in Beauty Shop too,
Yeah.
but that's not
That
who I'm
was her.
talking about.
What she look like?
She Republican. She dark skinned. She older. Matter of fact, she hosted one of the Queens. I think she hosted one of the Queens joints.
The Queen of Comedy.
She was on the talk show with
They looking it up.
with the Rock dude's wife. I think she was on. Or was she on The View? Was she on The View?
You just gave me a lot. You just gave me a lot of information.
I'm sorry. When I say her name, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, she's older."
Lauren Hayes.
No, not her. That's Comic View.
Leslie.
Let me see her.
Saturday Night Live, Jury.
Leslie Jones.
Yeah, it's
God,
Adele.
no.
It's
Let
Adele.
me
It
see.
gotta be Adele.
It's Adele.
Or Linnell.
No, not Adele. I'm not talking about
Or
Adele.
Linnell.
No, y'all are way
Is
off.
it the Joan that is always with Chris Rock in his movies?
Nah, she definitely not.
Shuri Underwood.
Shirley
Yeah,
Underwood.
okay.
Cheryl
Underwood.
Nah, she
Cheryl
funny
Underwood.
as shit.
Cheryl
She funny
Underwood.
as shit.
That's
Oh,
what I
that was the one that
thinking
was at the jump, right? That we went to go see.
Nah, that was Adele.
of. Adele.
Really?
Adele got the
Yeah,
big lips.
that
She was in
Adele.
Players Club.
Yeah, they do look alike
There's
though.
some
They definitely
hoes in
look
this
alike.
house.
Nah,
There's some
Cheryl
hoes.
She do
Underwood's
not
funny.
look
Oh
like
yeah,
no
it was
Adele.
Adele. It was Adele. I mean, it was Adele that we seen.
Yeah, but
Just
Adele is
like-
funny too. But I take any of them over Monique. I don't think Monique's all that
I never
funny.
found her funny.
Yeah,
I think she funny though.
Monique.
She did the little joint at the jail. That shit was funny.
I ain't even watch it.
She was funny. She was funny in that movie with Martin and all, and Welcome.
I didn't think she was
Roscoe
funny.
Jeans.
I've never seen that movie.
For real.
Man, that movie is hilarious, man.
It was
Roscoe-
slow.
Roscoe
Mike
Jenkins
Epps is funny. in that shit.
That joint was funny as shit.
Mike Epps is hilarious. But like you said, Mike Epps is my kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
He
hanging
a
out.
hang out
Yeah.
type funny dude.
Yeah. But that one stand up where he talked about that dude singing in his high school, no, that shit was funny. He said, "Baby, I just want to love you." He said he just be swinging that arm, man. That shit was hilarious. And he said his boy was dating the old woman from the old folks home. He was stealing her checks, and they come out with matching sweatsuits and shit. Y'all, that shit was funny. He was like, "Man, she in the car falling asleep. He out there jumping like, yeah, got my girl in the car." Like, that bitch is like 70 years old. But what else going on, man? That was a good conversation.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's see.
That's crazy.
What you got, Rip?
Cedric gonna hit this shit and cut your ass off.
So help us go viral.
Hey, Cedric was funny in Barbershop. I give him that.
He was. He definitely was funny in that.
He's not. He's just not. He don't do
Yeah.
it for me in stand up. I'm
I
sorry.
don't think he does. He don't do it.
He don't do. The Screen Man is struggling over here.
Yeah. He trying
Hey,
not
look,
to let us see his
this
apps.
new.
Yeah, this is new.
He don't want us to see his apps.
All right. Lil Baby says he doesn't think the new generation still considers Lil Wayne the GOAT.
Oh my
It's
God.
facts. It's a clip. It's a clip with it.
All right.
You ready?
You need the plug?
I got it in there.
That's crazy. Hey, you know what's crazy? I got the shirt on. Oh, the goat.
The GOAT.
My bad.
Go ahead.
List, right? I hear specifically the song with you and Wayne, and I'm interested to see how or hear it, like how it came together. Like, what does Wayne mean to you? Because like Wayne, I think for a certain generation is their Jay-Z, but I'm not too sure if we're still in that generation or after that generation.
I think the generation we in now, like Wayne ain't the GOAT to them. Like the young people, they don't respect Wayne like an older crowd. But I know I got older fans too, like real old school people. Not old school, but I'm like a 90 baby. Yeah.
Is that the middle generation that goes
Yeah,
first a little
we
bit?
think like for this generation now, we think they're goaters.
I don't think they GOAT niggas. Like I don't know.
It's too soon?
Like, it's like a whole wave. You see what I'm saying? To the point where it's not even. It's only like hot. Like I don't even know how it came about to be like. Lil Wayne was the GOAT, but like he started off at this age. You know what I'm saying? Like he was respect.
All right, that's a long.
But that don't make sense.
Hey,
It does make perfect sense.
I-
Let me jump in. Just like y'all don't view Jay-Z as being the GOAT,
I was about to say
it's
that.
the same thing. It's just
I was about to say
a
that.
generational difference. That's
I was
all.
about to say
Yeah,
that.
the new generation. I got a bunch of cousins that's under 21.
Yeah.
They live and die by that NBA young boy. They think that nigga's the. They love everything he do.
And
But-
then you got to think about those people that's going to come up and feel like the Kendricks and J. Cole's are the GOATs to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's no different when, I say Jay-Z was my GOAT,
Right.
and y'all like, nah.
Yeah. Mm,
You know what I'm saying? It's just a generational gap. That's all.
I agree.
What he said, it's nothing wrong with what he said.
It's not.
If ain't nothing wrong with you not thinking Jay-Z the GOAT.
Yeah, I mean it's all of
'Cause you was about to go
somebody's
in.
opinion. No, I was saying everybody because he was like I was born in the '90s, but Wayne didn't get pop until like the early 2000s.
He was like a teenager by then.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it didn't make sense what he said there.
If he was born in the 90s, you got to think 2000.
Well,
let's say
Wayne should be the GOAT for him.
Exactly.
No, listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, if he was born in the 90s,
If
that
he's
could
born
be
in
98.
Then I would understand.
No, that's what I'm saying. What if he was born in 98?
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
He was
He ain't
2018.
But he not
2018.
18. But he not 18. though.
How old is he?
You're probably like 22.
I thought Little Baby was the baby, so I was confused.
How old is dude?
Probably like 22.
Somebody look
Oh
that
no,
up.
if he like 22, then that might make sense.
It
That's
might
what I'm
make
saying. So if he
sense.
was
All
born
right,
in 98,
I don't think he's 22.
He's 25.
He
25, born in
Oh,
94.
That don't make
He was
sense.
born in 94.
94.
Yeah.
wait a
Oh,
minute.
yeah.
So think about it.
It don't make sense.
Listen, at 15, he's how old? I mean, what year would it have been if he was
2009.
2009, my
that-
nigga.
Okay.
Wayne was
Yeah.
still
That's when Wayne was popping.
Yeah, for you.
No. For
everybody,
when he was running
bro.
the game.
That's
How
bro.
old was you in 2009?
Shit.
This nigga
I
got to
was-
do math. It's
Yeah,
fucking
you
him
got-
up.
He was probably like 30.
So, no, I was. That was probably like 25. I was probably like 25.
Listen to what you just said.
Yeah, probably like.
You
You said what year? 2000 what?
9.
That sounds like 23 or
That's what
22.
I'm saying. He was
Hell, you weren't that
15.
old.
You know, he probably was listening to Justin Bieber.
When
So he said
Pac
20.
died, I was
We was different.
2009? We was working at Target.
Our
bro.
music came from our older
Right, that was
siblings.
like 20 something.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
old as shit.
Because when Pac died, you was how old?
14, 15.
That's what I'm saying.
So
But
this is-
we heard the music because our older siblings, the radio, da 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 da.
Yeah.
That youngin, you don't know what he was. He probably was on some Bow Wow or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely possible.
Hey,
That's
but
what I'm
Bow Wow
saying.
could be his goat.
nah, but the whole time
He could.
He probably was scared to say that shit.
Yeah,
But
because he didn't say who his goat was.
How old are you, Lil?
I'm 30.
Oh, you 30. Okay, so you don't count. How old are you, Wade?
I don't even know. 31, 2.
He want to be the youngest so bad. Nah, nigga, you
Nah,
ain't the
I am like
youngest. nigga.
31.
Yeah,
I'm
you
about to
older
be
than
32.
Lim.
Yeah, I'm
Old
older
ass
than-
nigga.
yeah, I'm older than
Lim, call him an
Lim
old
over
ass
$100.
nigga. Call him an old ass nigga. But
yeah.
yeah, for him,
Yeah, that makes sense. Though.
it's I don't knock him for
It could be Bow Wow, bro.
Now, if it was somebody
Bow Wow a
like
goat though. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you.
he a goat.
if it was somebody like
definitely.
if it was somebody like give me
And
somebody
Kendrick and them age
the
range?
baby saying Wayne ain't my goat or Wayne I don't look at Wayne as then you will question that because he's in that age bracket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But he probably would say Jay is goat.
Lil Baby probably think Drake is the GOAT.
That's
I didn't even think of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Drake
Exactly.
could be the goat
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't knock
Drake
him.
got his own little generation.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I grew up on Drake. That's the man for me.
But you had to listen to Wayne to even get to Drake.
That's true.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
even.
man.
No,
It's
that's
true.
a fact.
Drake is better than Wayne, but we ain't gonna go there.
No, he is.
Hold on, you said,
What are we
time
talking
out.
about?
You said you gotta listen to Wayne to get to Drake?
No, I'm talking about, bro. I'm not talking about right now.
Because
I'm
you know,
talking about when
you
they
know,
was coming
so far
together.
gone came out before he signed,
How did-
right?
Bruh,
You know
who
that,
helped
right?
who helped him produce that?
You know he's.
Who helped him produce that?
All right, man. I'm not.
No,
gonna
I'm
argue.
asking you. No, I'm
not
asking
gonna
you.
argue.
We not arguing.
No, so
That was a
far,
question.
hold on.
No, it's
I
for the
knew
show.
about, I did know about Drake before Cash Money.
That's
Listen,
true.
That's cool.
And that's
I
a
dig
fact.
It.
And
But
because
what
that's
got him
not the question
popping?
he
I
asked.
remember
His
vividly.
mixtape got him popping.
Yeah, I
That's not
remember.
so far gone, right?
Yes.
And who produced that?
That's
Wayne
the
don't
question.
produce.
Wayne helped them produce that, bruh.
I thought that was out before Wayne.
No, it wasn't.
It was out before he signed the Cash Money.
But he was with Wayne.
So y'all think Drake would be popping like
I
he
thought
is
he was
without
with,
Wayne?
Yes.
what's the name?
Jay
Oh,
Prince.
nah, you-
Jay
you-
Prince.
But
crazy.
he was under Wayne umbrella.
Yeah, I'm about to say he was.
Wayne
I'm
was
gonna tell you
helping.
when I first caught wind of Drake, it was from a younger cousin. I never forget. We had just finished playing because I play instruments too. We had just finished playing a service, matter of fact, and he pulled me to the side. He was like, "Young, you heard about this dude Drake?" I was like, "Drake? What the fuck is a Drake? I don't know about Drake." We get in the car. He puts the joint on, and he played like 3 or 4 joints for me. And I was like, "Damn, cuz Jai talented." I'm like, "Who's this Drake dude?" I started looking him up. I ain't know nothing about him being associated with no Wayne, no Cash Money, no none of that shit. Drake just was talent out the gate. That nigga was just straight talent.
Yeah.
And
But
the
I don't
fact
think
that
he'd
he
been
went,
this big without Wayne.
Maybe not, but he still would be
He'd
out
be
there.
okay
I don't know, bro.
without Wayne, bro.
I mean, I
So
think-
you say, so you telling me if Drake didn't sign to a major? Because remember, Young Money was a minor. You don't
But
think
they
if
was
Drake
still
signed to a
popping,
major,
though.
he wouldn't have popped?
But what I'm saying,
But
anything
they-
attached to Lil
It was the
Wayne
same-
was
But you,
popping.
but you got to realize that
Same year.
Wayne was like
2009.
pushing
same year.
Drake so hard that whatever Wayne was on, he had Drake.
Wayne was out there saying Drake is better than him now.
Yeah.
But remember, y'all y'all's connection to Wayne is different from my connection to Wayne. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
So I knew Drake. I was listening to more Drake than I was listening to Wayne when they was hot together. You see what I'm saying?
I feel.
Because Wayne to me, like y'all is like, oh, Wayne's the GOAT. I always think like Wayne wasn't even the best in the group with Turk in it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I come from that. I come from that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, so we can move on. 'Cause I
Right.
can't stand talking about your man. Were y'all Wayne fans when he was wobbledy?
I
Or did y'all get
That's what I'm saying.
become fans when Gilly started writing?
On everything I love. On everything I love.
You disrespectful as shit, bro.
That's funny. On everything I love, when I was in Target, I told everybody he was gonna be the best rapper alive in 5 years. And I have somebody that can co-sign that, but he's not here. I don't know him no more.
I don't know him no more.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
But just understand, y'all, like how I look at Jay. Y'all don't look at Jay like that. So for me to say, yo, Jay is this, that, and the third, y'all like, nah, Wayne. I don't come from that energy about Wayne. But Drake, I'm like, yo, this nigga Drake is
fire.
on some whole different.
All right, so
Like,
it's
even his 2 songs that he just fucking released. bro.
Fire.
Oh my goodness.
so I got
And
this
you
part.
almost got to give credit to
Yeah, with
Drake
the
for
Jay-Z
some
sample.
sounds.
Yeah,
He's
I
like
get
that.
the
Definitely.
he like created multiple. Ain't talking about just one sound, multiple
that 2
sounds.
songs in one song shit.
Yeah.
Drake did that.
I
That
said to
shit's
myself, I
fire.
got to get more into Drake music because all like his singles and shit, I love them Jones. But
You
like,
know
I
what's
had to
funny?
hit, I had to hit Littles up for some gym stuff.
You know what's funny? You a Drake dude. The fact that you don't
Facts.
listen to
Yeah.
Drake.
I was like, when I was sending him, he was like, I cannot believe he don't like Drake.
Yo, Rick is
not,
Drake.
It's not that I don't like Drake. It's just that I'm stuck in my ways.
Bruh.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
talking about
start,
the- he talking about the
especially
shit you
now,
wanna hear for real.
like Drake has done his thing, and now if you start going back and listening because you wasn't really rocking,
Yeah.
that nigga is you.
Right.
I imagine every time Rip pull up, he would have Drake playing. 'Cause
but I got Jay-Z playing.
True, because that's our era. But it's the fact that you on mental health, the therapy,
Yeah.
that nigga Drake
Damn,
is
he
all
hella-
that shit.
Yeah, he definitely know how
That
to
nigga is
open.
all that shit.
He's very open. about
telling you.
his, you know,
He's
that
open.
shit up.
Drake is definitely mood music. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like Drake is not something that I would listen to just off the whatever. He's definitely mood
I
music.
think you gotta go past the first album to get into that mood shit. Even he said it. He ain't
What
like
past
his
the
first
So
album.
Far Gone?
Yeah, he said that wasn't the album he. Really
That's the
wanted to
jump
put
with
out.
Baby.
you talking about-
Nah, he talking
You talking about
about
Thank Me Later.
Thank Me
Yeah,
Later.
Thank Me Later. That was his
Oh,
first
okay.
album. He said he didn't really want to
Oh,
put that, but
okay.
he got pushed to.
And
out.
That motherfucker was fire.
and I
Nah,
gotta
it's
say
fire,
this.
but
I gotta say this since we on it, and I had mentioned this to Greg a couple weeks ago. That if you hearing it is too late or whatever it was
The remix
called,
is too late. It's a
Calm.
great
that they
album.
killed Quentin Miller for, that might be one of Drake's best albums ever.
Yeah, it might be. It's up there.
it ain't
Rap
his
wise.
best rap album.
That's what I'm
but
saying,
It's,
rap
it's
wise.
one of his tops.
Yo, that shit. Every
killed-
time,
That's
killed
some
that
Meek Mill
album.
shit, bro. Because
every
you
time I
can't-
go back, that joint hits
I
the
think
same
Drake
way.
did a good thing with trying to help
Oh,
a
facts.
writer out, and Meek Mill did some Bama ass shit. Bro.
He did.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
That's why he
Yeah.
got his ass toasted.
Like we
for
all
it.
know Drake can fucking rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we know that, but why jeopardize somebody else's career
He
because
mi-
you jealous
'Cause he
of
was
somebody
hurt.
else?
He
Nah,
missed
he was
out.
hurt.
They missed out on a lot of money when Meek did that. Them niggas could have went on tour. They could have done a bunch of songs
But
together.
Drake
Yeah, he said he
blazed
fucked up
Quentin
his,
references
career.
because his
Yeah.
Quentin references wasn't as good as what Drake finally did with those songs.
Yeah, nah, I agree with that.
Yo,
you know,
that album.
Because I can't
is
stand
up there.
Quentin's music. I tried listening to him. Like, I
Yeah,
see
but-
why Drake took these songs because he couldn't do what Drake did with them.
yeah,
Drake
but
is
he's still making
different,
money.
man.
He was making money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying by getting his songs, rapped by Drake. But
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Marcus? Me and you cool, right? You doing music. And I send you a verse, but it's a verse from what Littles did. You not mad at me?
nah, long
If
as you
Littles-
give Littles his credit, I'm fine.
But you gotta think like most rappers, that's what they do anyway. You got a group of niggas in the studio that people gonna give you ideas and stuff.
Right,
But
but the
this
whole
ain't-
reference verse.
Nah,
I feel you.
Quentin was
Yeah,
giving
I
him
feel
whole
you. Yeah.
The whole
songs.
reference
Yeah, I
verse is
feel
what
you.
I'm saying. So for real, you ain't even take time out to even.
But if you hear the Quentin
we
references
niggas, though.
and
We
then
know
what
each other
Drake
for a minute.
did,
Yeah, Drake
Drake
made it
blazed
better.
them joints.
Yeah.
He did,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
He made that shit his, basically.
Yeah, Yeah, he
I
cranked
mean, that's
that.
not hard to
Him
do.
and 40, yeah. He gonna have to get his respect one day. His producer, because he's amazing.
Nah.
Drake's music sounds great.
Yeah.
Always sounds great. And that's because of 40.
Yeah.
Nah, 40 top.
40's a
Yeah.
producer and an engineer. He's great at his job.
Yeah.
Who
Okay.
produced that Song Cry remix show?
I did, nigga.
Song Cry remix.
Yeah.
See,
Drake did a song cry remix?
He flipped
that's
the
the
beat.
two
sampled
new
it.
songs.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
sampled
I haven't heard
Oh, I ain't never heard
Yeah,
it.
he
Good
sampled
joint,
it.
hit him, James.
I listened to him on the way home.
Yeah, you need to, bro.
I listened to him on the way
This
home.
nigga was just spitting, bro.
Yeah,
Really?
that joint was
Drake's
good.
nice.
He got
I give
video
it
too.
to him.
That's what
But
I'm surprised
the video
Rick don't
is
like
mixed,
Drake.
though.
Yeah, it's half of both. It's half of both songs.
I would say
the video.
listen to just
That's the
the
joint when he was in Marcy Project.
each
That's what that was for.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video or heard the song.
Just
Okay,
listen to
I'm gonna
the
check
song.
him out.
Yeah, do that.
What else going on?
What else is going on?
Yeah.
So it ain't no sports, so it ain't nothing going on.
Yeah, man. It's we the unproductive and
Fucking-
unapologetic podcast a little
Kids
depressed
out
right
for a
now.
month, bro.
I done gone to 3 movies in 3 weeks.
For real, what you go see?
I saw Vin Diesel joint today called Bloodshot.
Oh wow, what's that about?
He's I think he's in the Navy and he gets killed in action and his company resurrects him and makes him like
RoboCop.
superhuman basically.
A new RoboCop.
Sure, we
Okay.
go with that without the armor and shit
Okay.
like that.
That last RoboCop was alright too.
The remake with Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
it was alright.
Go ahead.
I get at a 3.5 out of 5. It's
Damn.
action. It's a lot of action. It's pretty damn good. I came in there sleeping on it, but it was good.
Okay.
Why 3.5? Why like 4? 3.5
Shut up.
don't make it. No, listen, because I asked you earlier, was it good?
I said yes.
Yes, I know, but 3.5 would be like, I don't really want to see this.
No, 3.5.
It's okay.
Oh,
Three-
no,
Yeah,
three
that's
and a
what-
half still good.
Full make you go see that.
4 make
Nah,
me go
three and
see
a half
it.
will make you go see.
All right, I'll watch
If it's
it
out
on
of
the-
5,
on the
3.5
fast
will
Yeah,
make you
3.5 out of 5 will make you go see.
go see that at the Wavesplex. Man.
Yeah, basically.
I saw a Ben Affleck joint called The Way Back.
Oh wow.
The
what's
basketball coach. He's
Was that a true story?
I mean, maybe for him because he played a recovering alcoholic and
Oh,
lost his
okay.
family and shit. So
Hold up,
wow.
yeah, I got all it.
yeah, recovering alcoholic.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He was a basketball star. His parents pushed him into basketball, so just to spite them, he said, "I'm not going to Kansas to play.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that as a fuck you to the parents."
Got you.
He started doing construction. He became an alcoholic. He lost his wife, lost his kid.
Hold on.
And,
So Ben Affleck. Oh, this Ben Affleck. You know how I'm thinking about Ben Stiller. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that would have been a crazy movie.
Good dog. I'm about to say, is this a comedy? But my bad. I was tripping.
So the basketball coach of his old high school falls ill, and they get him to start coaching these terrible ass players.
Oh, okay.
And he somehow breaks through to them, and
So it's like Martin's
Sound
movie.
like Bad News Babe.
No, like Martin movie when he was the basketball coach.
was that Rebound?
Like Coach
Rebound.
Carter? Like a Coach Carter
it's-
type movie?
Nah, it sounds
Coach
deeper
Carter,
than that.
It's,
That was a
it's,
good
it's a it's a better movie than Coach Carter.
It's
I
better
think.
than Coach
For
Carter.
real? And that was Coach Carter was a
Coach
true
Carter
story.
was
Yeah,
like
Coach Carter was a good movie.
That's
This is more like
basketball.
real emotional.
Okay.
Seeing somebody overcome their demons and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, Coach Carter.
That's like one
It
of
was
my best.
it was a part in Coach Carter
Made
that
you
made
cry?
me
You
cry
cried?
through my nose.
That's what's up.
Another
that-
reason
that-
reason why
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
get
why
the
he
sniff
don't
on
like
the
Drake.
That's that Doc Brown.
You can't you can see Rip 4 a.m. on the highway going
Right.
nowhere. Just fuck this bitch, man.
See, I would drive around DC playing Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah,
That's
I feel you on that.
And I get that a 4 out of 5.
Damn.
Ben Affleck.
Wow.
Ben Affleck killed that role.
Wow,
If it was released later in the year, he'd probably get some award consideration, but it's probably too early for that.
wow.
I'm gonna watch that.
And last but not least, I saw The Invisible Man.
Everybody was
hot,
talking
but
I heard
that,
that
Dog.
joint was good.
That shit was great.
for really?
Great.
Oh, I might go see
I might
that.
watch
Basically,
that shit
this guy's a scientist.
It's a remake though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
We
guy's a
should go see it
scientist,
tonight.
and
Ooh, you paying my ticket?
Y'all niggas, go ahead.
this guy's a scientist, real rich, got a big ass house in the middle of nowhere. He's real abusive toward his wife. And one night she says she had enough and she just tries to escape. He attacks her, but she gets away. And then he kills himself, leaving her $5 million. But the only way she gets the $5 million is if she can go a year without being locked in a mental place. She has to keep a clear mental space to get the $5 million.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, she keeps feeling like somebody's watching her, somebody's fucking with her, and she comes to find out it's a visible man. He's been working on a visibility suit. He's basically trying to torture
So
her.
he wasn't dead.
No, he's trying to.
Don't tell the story.
It's in the trailer,
I know,
nigga.
man. Go ahead. I know.
And he's basically trying to torture her so he don't get the money.
Wow.
And
That's crazy.
and sometimes in the movie, I'm not giving nothing away. The scene will be over, but the camera just look in this corner. And I mean, I was in a sold out theater. And everybody's like, I think I see that motherfucker.
So they made it like you was looking at the Invisible Man too. That's hard.
They say
hard,
John and
bro.
Sonny be talking, and the camera would just look at the Bob Marley picture for like
That's
20 seconds.
hard,
And then
bro.
you like, that nigga right there.
That's hard.
And
We should go see it.
it has a really good ending, but one scene in the movie caught the whole theater off guard, and it's the first time since I saw the first Final Destination, I heard a crowd say, "Oh shit!" It was one of them scenes.
Wow.
Came out of nowhere.
Wow.
That's a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow.
Excellent movie.
Wow. Invisible
I heard it was
Man.
good.
Yeah,
And
everybody
what was
said
the
it
Ben
good,
Affleck
bro.
joint?
The Way Back.
The Way Back. I gotta check those out.
Brother, Invisible Man, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Jeez.
Plus
Most
previews.
movies are 2 hours, so you do this every
2 hours
time.
and
Well, the
5 minutes.
the Vin Diesel joint was only like an hour 45, but they showed 22 minutes of previews.
well, we can't go see it because the next show started at 9:15.
And
You know,
what?
the summertime, it don't need to go late.
Well, you got curfew?
No, I'm saying the next show is at 9:15. We ain't gonna make that. It's
What time is
9:09.
it? Oh, damn. Okay, so this is the unproductive, unapologetic.
They got to show previews, and they gonna start at 9:30.
Damn, we
Shout out to John, his birthday.
Birthday boy.
33 years old.
33. I got that nigga a Walker for his birthday.
I got him a bottle 1800.
Oh, credit stealing ass nigga.
Got him a full jar of applesauce.
I am 33 plus 7.
He can't eat solid foods no more.
God damn, I'm 40, nigga.
Got him some Depends.
That nigga trying to make me 80. But I'm 33 plus 7, and I'm proud
Hey,
of
man,
it,
it's blessed to
man.
be that
Yep.
age, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm proud of it. Yeah.
Hey, who next in line to be 40?
Greg and Scott.
And Scott.
Old ass nigga.
Bullshit.
Scott first, I think, and then Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott in August and Greg is in December.
And your
Hold up,
ass.
they turning 40 this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm about to stop hanging with
That's
y'all.
why Greg. That's why Greg talk all that old head
Shit, we
shit,
get
and I'm
these
just like,
discounts,
nigga,
Fuck you talking about? And we can
December.
park in front of the fucking place, bro.
stupid. We ain't that old, nigga. But yeah, I know I'm gonna steal that vacuum cleaner sitting out in front of Rip House.
You should have got it. It's raining.
Oh, it's raining.
When I
Don't
walked
worry.
in, I said,
That
bro,
shit
what
going
the
right
fuck is
with me.
going on? I said, oh.
I said they put a rip out.
That's
Why
what
he ain't
Little's
call
asked. Little's was like, damn, did somebody get put out? I was like, I don't know. They moved their own stuff out, so I don't know.
Oh, they left they shit there?
Yeah, they put it right
Wow.
there. I hope they contacted bulk
What
trash.
kind of vacuum cleaner is it?
It's
I don't
two
know.
of
It's a
them out
Dyson
there.
joint.
Two of 'em out there?
It's a purple
it's
Dyson
Nah,
out
I need
there.
one,
Oh,
though.
I'm getting a
I'm
Dyson.
fucking with
I'm
them
getting
damn
one of
Dyson.
them
I
spikers out there.
would have took that shit myself if it was a Dyson out there.
One of them joints
crazy.
going home with me.
I'm gonna clip you up and get it first.
Whatever.
That's crazy.
One of them joints going home with me.
Hey, they ain't no cool feeling either though.
Getting
Like
tripped
getting
up.
put out shit.
Oh.
I
That
thank
shit,
God
like-
that's
Bruh.
never happened to me.
Let me tell you what happened when I was young.
Oh, here we go. Story time.
So,
Hold on. Did you clear this story with us first?
so we lived around Clay Turrs.
Okay.
So my brother know about this. We lived around Clay Turrs.
I will hope it's your brother.
Nah,
Tell
he
everybody
was
what-
younger. Nah, he was younger.
Tell everybody what Clay Terrace is for
Clay
people
Turrs is in
listening.
Northeast. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Northeast DC.
Okay.
So we lived-
You was a teenager and he was young.
he was like 10.
Ain't y'all like 4 years apart? 5 years?
He's like 10. Maybe 9, 10, some shit
So
like
you
that.
should remember.
Yeah, I remember. It's possible. I remember. Yeah,
I
okay.
remember.
But I'm just saying he was like a kid. So you know what I'm saying?
No, you was like, yeah, Lil probably remember this. I'm like, I think he would.
So anyway, right? So we lived around Clay Turrs.
Lim is son's brother for
Yeah.
everybody listening. Go
So
ahead.
we lived around Clay Turrs.
Twin brother.
And,
Which
and,
means
Right.
so we lived around Clay Turrs or whatever. So I started living with my father.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was living with my father, I was going to high school or whatever because it was closer to high school.
Right.
So one day I said, I ain't go to school. I said, I'm going to hook school and go to my mother house. So I hook school, go to my mother house. I get off the bus. Now, imagine, we lived around Clay Turrs so long that everybody knew who we was.
Right.
Like, if you come around it, they know who we are. So I'm walking, right? Get off the bus, I'm walking. 3 people walk past me, start laughing at me. So I'm like, bro, they didn't even say what's up. Like, they ain't even. So it was a girl. She was like, don't do that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So as I'm walking, we lived like almost on the corner. So as I'm walking, you start seeing stuff on the curb, right? And I'm like, young, somebody got put out. And when you get closer and closer, you see it's your shit. You like, young. So I walk up. I'm like, my mother just on the front. I'm like, hey, Mom, what's going on? They just came here and just said we had to leave. Mom, you ain't called nobody?
Right.
And mind you, it was during school time. Oh, my God. I got there at like 8.
yeah.
We was out there. I'm like, young, if we can get everything in the U-Haul before school let out.
Right.
bruh, we ain't start moving stuff to school that out.
Damn.
Some, you know how embarrassing that shit was
Yeah.
the most embarrassing shit I ever felt, besides the shit that Smug did. But that was the most embarrassing shit I ever felt.
When I was living on
life
16th Street,
life is very challenging at times.
Yeah.
Up and down moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
up
I
and
had,
down moments
something
before
like
you
that.
go. But it's a blessing to hear that from where you came from and to see where you are
Oh,
now.
facts. Oh,
You
yeah,
on your
yeah,
second
yeah.
house.
On your
Yeah.
second house,
Facts,
you know what
that's
I'm
a
saying?
fact.
It's a
No,
blessing.
that's a
Go ahead, Wade. What's up?
Yeah, I grew up on 16th Street, and my mom had passed. So once my mom passed, my older brother moved in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah, I
know
ain't
that
know your
either.
mama. Your What? mama passed? Hold up, y'all known this man all this time. I ain't know that.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
you know
that.
Oh, could you be calling your other mother? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
I was adopted.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so the person I always called her. She was my mother because she raised me. So she had.
I was adopted
Yeah,
too.
she-
We got something in common.
Kindred,
That's what I'm
kindred
talking
spirits.
I didn't know that.
So she had passed or whatever, and my older brother had moved in.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle had moved in, which I mean, we could everybody could pay some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother, he wasn't communicating with nobody. Of course, he has everything because he was the son of my mom or whatever. So out of nowhere, I guess he was like, he's just gonna sell a house because he didn't want to get shit fixed. And I'm like, bro, you could just communicate with two people that's working.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I moved out. You know what I'm saying? I moved with my biological mother, and everybody's calling me like, yo, they moving your people's stuff out the house and blah, 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 because it was around the hood, so everybody knew who I was. So I go around the hood, and our shit was just lined up outside. And I'm like, bro, I still had shit in that house. And it was just, I mean, I didn't feel embarrassed because I was already out, but I felt bad for my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't really had he moved all his shit in there, and I'm just like, damn, that's like some fucked up shit. But nah, it's some embarrassing shit, bro, to have your shit lined up on the curb when people walking past and saying all that shit, dog. That shit ain't a good feeling.
But my OG,
Taking your shit.
yeah.
That's why you gotta stand out
We
there.
definitely did that.
Yeah, that's why you gotta stand
I
out there.
never forget. One time, we were coming out of a studio session, and it was a homeless guy out front begging for money. And me and another, I forget who was with me, but me and somebody else, we started laughing at the dude or whatever. And I never forget this. My OG stopped us, and he was like, man, don't do that shit. Stop laughing. So we stopped laughing or whatever. He reached in his pocket, he pulled out a big ass wad of money, and gave dude like $200-$300. And after dude walked off, he said, "Don't you ever forget, everybody is a paycheck away from being like that
That's a
dude."
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And ever since my OG told me that, may he rest in peace, I never made fun. And I was young. I was probably like 16, 17. I never made fun of people on,
Yeah, you never
I
know
see
what
homeless
That's
people,
a bar, bro.
but that always stuck
One
with me. He
paycheck away from
said,
being like
"Don't you ever forget, everybody is one paycheck away from being on the street."
That's how I
Bruh.
feel like with the generation now,
I was just
especially in
about to say
DC, bro. DC is wild as shit. They don't give a fuck what they do. When I was growing up, bro, you had OGs in the hood
Every
where
hood.
they let shit known what's the rules in that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, they don't give a fuck. They shoot when kids around,
Yeah.
kill people, shoot up barbershops with kids in
Nah,
that
for
motherfucker.
real.
That
Yeah.
shit didn't happen when I was growing up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like niggas don't have like that person to set rules and shit where it's
Yeah.
going
Be
on.
like that in every hood.
Yeah,
There's one
that's
nigga
what
in
I'm
every
saying.
hood.
Like
Yeah.
all
That'd
the
be like-
OGs is gone.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm saying. And the young niggas ain't. That's the problem. The young niggas not scared of nothing
Yeah.
until you get in front of that judge. Now
Yeah.
they feel like, you know what I'm saying, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You getting time more than you live.
Like you think about it, bro. Growing up in the hood, like the OGs really looked out for people in the hood, bro. When it came to like people's mothers and grandmothers
Yeah,
and shit like
facts.
that, shit didn't happen like
I'm
that
telling
the
you,
way it's
bro,
going
my
now.
father, and my OG, may he rest in peace, are the sole reason why I am who I am today. Like, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my father taught me so much stuff about, being a man in general. You know what I'm saying? My OG, though, taught me a lot of the street, not street, like, I ain't never sold drugs or nothing like that, even though he came from that lifestyle, but just how to conduct myself. Like little stuff
You don't
like
look green in front of people.
Right.
It's still street knowledge.
Yeah, it's still-
yeah. Like
knowledge,
little
bro.
stuff like one day he gave me a bunch of money and I was like counting the money, but I was like trying to like tuck it and count it. And he said, don't ever do that. He was like, you count your money, let nigga know you ain't nigga, I got this money.
If you do that.
Yeah, because he's like you hide your money, you showing a nigga you scared for somebody to know you got money on you.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man. He was like, look, pull that money out, count. Like, you come over here and play if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a
just
fact.
little things like that. You don't realize at a young age how that stuff molds you as you get
I
older.
agree.
You know what
Trust
I'm saying?
Because
OG is important,
when
man.
I was growing up, bro, like, of course, everybody in the neighborhood knew who the fuck I was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though I didn't try to go that route,
Right.
everybody knew who I was in the neighborhood, and they respected what I did. Like, I would work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody knew it was like, all right, that's little Marcus. Don't, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
I remember when they we was walking and
Yeah, all right.
and they, no, serious. I remember we
No.
was walking. They was like, "You want to see a dead body?" And I remember you was the only one that spoke up. You was like, "Can't y'all see this nigga dead?" That's Boys in the Hood, by the way.
Marcus could have went for that little dude too.
Yeah.
Still the same size.
What's Chris?
Yeah.
Can't y'all see this a dead body?
Nah, because even
Yeah,
when,
but he
like,
ain't bothering you.
yeah, even with the people I grew up with, like, I would hang out with,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Everybody, like, this, he told me a story. Like, I never knew about this shit until he told me this story. He was like, he was sitting at the bus stop, bro. And
Like,
he
who
was
we talking
like,
about?
my man that I used to hang out with.
Okay.
And he was like, it was some Chopper City's niggas walking up the street. And they was like, we about to get his ass. And then one nigga was like, that's Lil Marcus folks. Leave him alone. And they didn't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew everybody in the hood, and it was like,
Right.
I didn't have any issues at all, bro, growing up around that.
Because you ain't
motherfucker.
trying to be nothing. you're
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, my mom folks was like, would snitch on me if I would go around the corner, bro.
I never forget the night he passed away, man. It was on 4th of July. And I used to have a studio in my parents' house. So he would come around to the back basement door and knock on the door when he, come through, whatever. So I let him in, John, whatever. He came in, he had, remember the Nextels?
Right. The Chirp Jones.
He had the new joint that was like it was a flip joint, Nextel joint,
You press the
silver
button and
joint.
flip.
Silver giant,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
yeah,
the
yeah.
new
Internet.
joint.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, shit, you guy. I was like, yeah, I want one of them joint. He was like, I didn't know you want one. He was like, I get you one, my man. Just got a whole bunch of these joints, you know what I'm saying, whatever. He said, matter of fact, I'm going out tonight. He said, I'm going to get the joint. He said, when I finish at the club, I'm going to swing back through and I'm going to drop the joint off. Because he know I always be down there mixing and whatever. So I was like, all right, bet. So I ain't never get no call. He ain't never come knock on the door. And I remember my folks was away on vacation for a week. So I was at the house by myself. So I was like, damn, I ain't get no call, I ain't get no nothing. And I went and got in the bed and my phone rang. I answered, I was like, hello, I'm half asleep. And I just hear like crying. It was his wife. And at the time I couldn't make out her voice. And I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hello. She was like, he's dead. I was like, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, hello. And I keep saying hello because I'm trying to keep her talking so I can make out the voice because I'm trying to figure out who I'm talking to. And when she said I said, where you at? And when she said where she was at, I already knew. I was like, fuck. I said, all right, I'm going to come down there. I hang up the phone. I never forget this shit. I get up, I get dressed, I go down the steps. No, I had called my older sister, and I told my older sister what happened. And she was like, all right, I'm going to ride with you. She was coming over to the house to meet me. I get dressed. I come down the stairs to open the door for her, and I just collapsed, dog. I couldn't believe the shit. Like, the shit just hit me. I'm crying and shit like a bitch. She like, oh, come on, it's gonna be. And dog, I was ready to give up. In fact, I did. I gave up music for a few years. I didn't, cause he was managing me and all that shit. He was friends with Martin Lawrence.
No, that's all.
So we were talking to this when they were filming. Was it Bad Boys? I forget which Bad Boy. I want to say it was Bad Boys. When did Bad Boys 2 come out?
It had to be
03?
Bad Boys, too.
2003, 2004.
It was Bad Boys 2. they were getting ready to film Bad Boys 2, and he was talking to Martin. He called. What happened was Martin was in D.C. It was during Howard Homecoming, and they were announcing on the radio that Martin was going to be doing a stand up at Howard Homecoming. So when I told him, I was like, dog, you know Martin doing a stand up at Howard. He was like, oh yeah. He was like, I'm about to call him. So he calls Martin. We standing in the driveway. Never forget this. We standing in the driveway. He calls Martin. He was like, hey, what's up, man? He was like, I heard you gonna be doing stand up at Howard joint. We trying to come to the joint. Martin was like, man, don't believe that shit. He was like, the promoter been talking to me about that. I have never agreed to do that show. He was like, but they promoting it on the radio. He was like, I will not be at Howard. So that was a little funny moment. But he was just a type dude. He knew everybody, man. He was just that was my dude, man. That was my dude. I'll never forget. But I don't know how I went on that tangent, but yeah. I credit a lot I learned a lot from him, man. I just put it like that. I learned a lot from him. But what else going on, man?
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting kind of quiet, fellas. Y'all gotta.
Nah, I mean, I got.
Go ahead.
I got
Get the clip going.
You ready? You queued up?
Yeah.
All right.
So, ladies, why are y'all so scared to shoot your shot at men? What is it? An ego thing? Is it a fear of rejection? You lack the confidence. Men shoot their shot all the time, and it's like expected. So I feel like closed mouths don't get fed. If you want something, go after it. Granted, don't go after everything because everything ain't yours. If that makes sense. A lot of men who are in relationships who are not going to be bothered with y'all. So y'all shooting in vain. But there are a lot of single men out here who will rebound the ball after you shoot, pass it back to you. You feel me? So quite honestly, I don't really see an issue with shooting your shot. If you like something, go after it. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, the worst thing a man can say is no, which is rare because niggas are very horny.
I like how you ended that. That's funny as a mug.
Go ahead.
I think chicks
Talking to Mike.
fear rejection, but they reject niggas so often. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's deeper than that.
Go ahead, talk about it, Lil.
I think they feel like it make them weak. Like, because expectations, you know what I'm saying? With expectations, they feel like the man's always supposed to come to me.
That's what we've been trained.
But that's what
Right.
I'm about to say. They live off what they see.
That's
and
like
not just
what they've been told.
That's like if a female proposed to a man.
I mean, we've been sending
Right.
It's just not the norm.
I'm on record on this show as saying that I think if women were the ones to approach men, that there would be more lasting relationships.
I think so too.
Facts.
But I also think that women, like you said, they're programmed to feel like they're supposed to sit back and the man is supposed to come choose them. But the problem with that, especially in 2020, is that women want a certain guy to come and approach them.
Right.
So they miss out on a lot of good opportunities because they always looking for this certain type of guy.
Facts.
In my opinion.
I'm going to say women do, I ain't going to say they approach men, but they do choose the man.
Yeah.
If that makes
At the end of the day, yeah.
No.
I mean,
Let me explain what I mean.
Okay,
Let me
go
explain
ahead.
what I mean.
Go ahead.
If they in the club and they see somebody they want, they ain't going to, it's that mad thing. It's like they give you a look. Or they do something like certain little hints, like might walk past you and brush you. Might, you know what I'm saying? Just do something to where you still have to approach, but it's still, they are picking you. Or have,
they're throwing the alley to you.
They throw the alley.
I like for a woman to approach me or come at me, and then I can take it from there. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that is because, especially nowadays, I'm not quick to jump out there with females because, for one, most of these chicks think too highly of themselves than they should, and I don't want to have to go on you. You know what I'm saying? Because I approach you and you come at me sideways. You know what I'm saying? The other way is I've been in situations where I was genuinely just saying good morning or hey, how you doing? And wasn't even about to go smack or wasn't even thinking about that. But they think I'm trying to go smack. And I'm like, no, I really meant like, good morning, calm down. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that just make you kind of not like want to even deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think women miss out on a lot of good guys because they have this painted picture of a guy in their mind. And if you don't fit that picture, they don't give you the time of day.
Yeah, I agree. Even when I was like,
and like you said, women choose you anyway at the end of the day. No, I'm saying women choose you at the end of the day, so they might as well approach you too.
I mean,
you know
that's what all females say. Like, they already seen picture in mind if I'm gonna talk to you or not, or give you the pussy or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just from looking at you and shit like that. But I'm like you, John. Like, even when I was growing up, bro, I was never the one to go smack at females, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, I'd rather the female come say something to me and then we kick it from there.
I'm trying to think if I've been in any relationship where I initiated it, and I sit here and think about it. No, I've approached you. I'm talking about that ended up being in relationships. I don't think any of the situations that I ended up having a serious relationship with came from me approaching them first, if that makes sense. Excluding being introduced by, because I've dated people that I've been introduced to by somebody where somebody was saying y'all would work perfect together. I know her. I know you. Y'all should, talk. I've had relationships out of that. I've had relationships out of the woman coming to me first. I don't think any relationship where I initiated it, everything from the jump, ended up being in a long-lasting relationship.
I think with my wife, I think I did what women do. Like, to get my wife, I did more of a give her hints to let her know that you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that I'm feeling her. Okay. So do you consider you went at her first?
Yes, in a way.
Okay, in a way.
Because I know how to be like sarcastic about the things that I want for real, if that makes any sense.
Who in here has been in a long-term relationship that they went smack?
Not me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I've ever had a.
It was me
one
time. One time, this girl named Beyonce.
Let that nigga Jay-Z took. Hey, you know what? Whole time now.
He said Jay-Z took.
Whole time no. I had a girlfriend I went smack at. She used to live on 13th Street. Mm-hmm. Now imagine when we lived on 13th Street. This was my grandmother lived. Yeah, this is my grandmother lived at, and we knew everybody. Mm-hmm. So it was this young lady. She moved in the next building beside my grandmother, and just so happened it's a nice sunny day outside. Now imagine it was a rack of dudes. It's a rack of dudes that be in our little court or whatever. Mm-hmm. So ain't nobody outside. So she's sitting on a little drink that's right beside my grandmother's house. So I'm like, I ain't let nobody else get this number for me. Immediately, I'm like, hey, what's your name? She like, Chantel. I'm like, you just moved around here? Yeah. You want to be my friend? Yeah.
so she booked you?
No, I booked her.
No, she said you want to be my friend.
No, I said to her, do you want to be my friend?
Okay,
do you want to be she? What's crazy is by the time anybody around 13 seen her, she was my girlfriend.
That's what's up.
I was on her
Smart
You got that quick.
That was that chess move, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I've been in any relationship long term that I initiated everything from the jump.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was young, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know, we cute over here, so.
You conceited motherfucker.
And look who's sitting next to each other.
I'm a handsome motherfucker. It ain't my fault.
We cute.
That's all right. I got personality though. I may be ugly, but I got personality.
I can fix your cable and your internet.
I give you free cable.
Right, and take you to the movies.
Oh man, what you got on the board, Rip?
It says, can y'all say it?
As long as social media is around in your eyes, you'll never have the perfect spouse. Because there will always be someone who looks better, dresses better, or has more accomplishments than your spouse. But sometimes the heart feels what the eyes can't see, and that's love. The dopest person in the world knows no amount of money or fame can buy happiness.
I mean, I think that's just real life, period, to be honest.
What you mean?
You could see a fine-ass female walking down the street that have a bomb-ass job and not have to be seen from social media. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's real, like, regular life.
I think there's a slight misconception amongst women's thoughts towards men. And there are some men that run after every woman they see, But most men aren't like that.
Yeah.
I can see a fine female. That don't mean that
I want 'em.
I need need to go at her. Although there's some guys like that, but I think those guys are a smaller percentage.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Then women think it's all men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm like, I have this conversation with my girl all the time. I'm like, yes, I see good looking women all the time, but they ain't you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can acknowledge like, damn, she bad as shit. But I'm 40 years old. I know the prettier they are, the most fucking issues they come with. You know what I'm saying? I've been around the block quite a few times.
The more issues it is.
Yeah, the prettier they are, because all in life they've been put on a pedestal.
Like them over there, they just said they handsome.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably how they feel.
That's why they need
Not y'all,
therapy,
but them.
you know?
Yeah.
They need to listen to Drake and shit.
Right.
But no, I just think it's, I think it's a misconception with women amongst men. They like to, we do the same thing though. We make things all women. They make things all men.
Facts.
And that's not the case, but you know,
Yeah.
that's just my opinion.
So do you agree with the first part though?
I don't.
I agree with it though.
Go ahead, let's talk about it.
I think these times that's going on now, you know what I'm saying? You see everybody always comparing themselves to somebody else or comparing their relationship to somebody else, that they bring that shit back to their relationship.
Relationship goals.
I think that's females.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
females.
definitely
It's-
females.
it's always-
More so than men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't see no males saying no relationship goals.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't doing that.
Right. I think social media does play it can play an issue in your relationship if you allow it.
I think it's just like I think social media just exacerbates it. It puts it out there more, because I feel like you'll have the same issues that was going on like even before social media was out, but now that social media is out, it enhances.
because you see it.
Yeah,
I think it desensitizes us.
true.
Facts.
True. I agree
I
with
think
that.
because we see good-looking, half-naked women so much,
it's
that
more accessible.
it don't have the same effect no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in the streets and I see girls dressed provocative or whatever, it don't wow me like it did
Like, oh,
before social media. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because you
that's
see the
true.
shit
Yeah.
all the
Now
time.
you
You
got
look
it
at
in,
it
you
in
got it in your
disgust
phone.
now. I look at it in disgust now. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is you doing?
Interesting. But not when you see it on
I look,
social media.
No, I look more at it.
If it's on social media, it's different.
Why
But
is
it's
it
on the
different?
street, because it could
Yeah.
be anything. Like if you in the street, why you coming out here like?
I be having the same
Go
I
titties
got the
out?
same
Like, what the
mindset.
fuck?
But if she do it on
that's
Instagram,
because
it's cool.
It's not
I'm just
that it's
scrolling
cool.
past.
It's just I'm just scrolling through it. But on the street, because how old I am and how I was raised and where I came from, that you ain't supposed to be doing that on the streets. But on the social media, you look at it and be like, damn, yeah, she fat or whatever, and then you just scroll by it or whatever.
I see what you're saying because she took her time to take that picture. And then it be
And then
the same joints that's doing that be saying niggas thirsty. Like what?
It's
you
almost
putting your titties on the internet talking about they thirsty.
it's almost like a woman will have a problem if she saw you looking at a girl on Instagram in her bra and panties. But if you was looking at a girl in a magazine in a bathing suit, she wouldn't have the same
thing.
reaction.
Yeah.
But it's the same
It's
shit.
the same thing. Yeah.
I don't know what it is
The difference
about.
might be that you can actually probably talk to this person on social media though. I think I would say
Why
easier access.
you got
to
easy
that
access
person.
in the
Why is
magazine.
that?
You
You
ain't
ain't
about
gonna
to.
know her.
You can't hit her up in the magazine.
the same
Yeah,
chick
that's
that you,
true. Yeah.
but the
You can hit her up
same,
on Instagram.
but the
Yeah,
same chick
that
you
makes
looking
sense.
looking at on in the magazine has an Instagram.
You're right, but it's not in your phone. You're not looking at her in your phone
Nigga,
right now.
there was a time where Holly Berry was like the greatest thing in
That's a
Hollywood,
fact.
and she seemed completely unaccessible.
Yeah.
Now I can hit her in her DM.
Right.
I mean, she ain't gonna respond.
Yeah, she ain't gonna respond.
But I'm
yeah.
But you can
saying,
hit her
but
up, though.
it's there.
You got
you can hit her
access to her. You got
Exactly.
access to her.
Social
yeah.
media has given you access to anybody.
Yeah.
That got their message.
You can tweet the fucking president of the United States. Think about that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
don't watch what you say there, people. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
You got to watch what you say when you tweet that presidential account.
Oh,
They will holler at you.
oh, okay.
That's true. Yeah,
Hell
they will.
yeah.
Yeah, it's national security.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing to that. Nigga.
Littles know about. He sound like
Nah,
he
they
know
don't know
about
about it.
experience.
No.
protocol.
I only think the things. I don't tweet.
That's all right till they put that chip in your brain.
Right. Like you said.
But yeah, I think social media can can affect your relationship if you allow it to.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to, like, even me personally, I'm starting to have issues with. I'm gonna tell you what social media has done to me. It has affected my attention span in this way. I almost can't do shit without going and checking that shit.
Facts. I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing classes for I'm doing online courses for forex trading. And I find myself in the middle of doing these classes, I'll pick my phone up
Right.
and go on social
Yeah.
media. Like,
It's a habit.
that shit is bad.
That blows me when my wife do that though.
It's like a part of life now,
I be-
bro.
Yeah.
But that shit is
blows me.
bad. Like, and I
That's
told
dumb.
myself I need to start working on having some days where I just don't go
touch
on
it.
that shit
Right.
and get myself out of the habit of always. And it don't be shit to see.
No.
It's just
Don't.
out of
Same
habit.
thing.
It's just out of habit.
It's just
So,
it's like kind of when people just sit around and they bored and they just start eating some chips or whatever because it's right there. So it's like you just scrolling and shit.
yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
so-
out of boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. So when y'all phone died, do y'all be feeling like y'all missing
I never
endless,
get to that point.
Yeah. My
endless
phone never
messages?
died.
Like if your phone
Facts.
died, do you feel like you missing endless messages? But no, my
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I will rush to charge my personal phone, but I take my time charging my work phone because I'd be like, "Damn, my phone died." Yeah, and I need to get out of that. Like, I really want to like start taking some days where I just fucking disconnect, man, because I'm starting to notice like it's really fucking with my attention span. You know what I'm saying? And that's an issue. But let's end with this
some fun.
90s male R&B groups.
Since we not getting no March Madness.
Yeah. This should be
90s
fun.
male R&B group Sweet 16. Now everybody in here is old enough to know all the groups on here. Look it over.
Bro, I don't know who After 7 is.
Wow.
Really?
You missing out on some good music.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Well, you know, son don't listen to music. You
Nah,
just
dude,
listen to Wayne.
That's the only person. That's the only group I don't know.
Oh, okay.
After 7.
I'm proud of you. You
Can
know
y'all give me a
H-Town?
song?
You know High Five?
Hold up, High Five. What is that? Oh, I don't know who High Five is.
You know Silk?
Yeah, come on, bro. I say freak me. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you know that freaky
You know the
shit.
name.
No, hold up, listen. What's crazy is I had to sing that at a family reunion before. Okay. Didn't I?
You know Tony
Yeah.
Tone Tone?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
It's our anniversary.
We gotta describe it. We gotta describe it for the folks.
All right,
All right.
good.
So go ahead, Rip. Who's all on there?
Okay, this is the 90s male R&B group Sweet 16. On the left side, it's in brackets. So the first bracket is
What's the men versus?
New Edition.
Okay.
Mint Condition versus High Five.
Uh-huh.
Silk versus H-Town. Blackstreet versus Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And now we move over to the right side. It's Jodeci versus Tony.
Uh-huh.
112 versus After 7. Drew Hill versus Belle Biv DeVoe. And Jagged Edge versus Next.
Okay. So you know who next is?
Give me a song. I think I know who next is.
You don't know who next is?
I think.
How the fuck you don't know?
The
Go
butter.
ahead, give me a song.
Oh, man.
Then y'all know who next
Butter,
is.
what's
neither.
Butter Love? Butter
Yeah, the
Love?
Butter Love Jones.
You got
Get
that
that butter
butter love. You got that
baby.
love that I want.
All right, okay, all right, I got you.
You got the love.
Yeah,
All right.
you better
Hey,
get
can
it.
we do me a... Hey, look. Can we do this
Y'all
then?
try to
You
give
know
vocals.
Guy? You know Guy?
Give me a song.
Teddy
Damn,
Riley,
boy.
Aaron Hall,
Give me a song.
Groove Me,
Man,
Baby.
Baby. Okay,
Tonight.
all right.
Okay.
See, I know who these people... I don't be knowing
You
their
just don't
names.
know
All right,
Listen.
let's just start with a bracket for the first bracket.
All right,
and
the
then
first
yeah.
bracket. Boys to Men versus New Edition.
That shouldn't even be. They
I'm about to
shouldn't
say,
even
why
be
would
going.
they be
yeah,
at 1-1,
They
bro?
shouldn't even be going against each other.
should've
But
been
we
on
we
each
rock
side.
with it.
They should have put Boys and Men on the other side.
Yeah, Boys and Men versus New
They,
Edition.
they,
Well, at
they
the
didn't do a
bottom,
good
bro.
job
They
with
should've been
top
number two.
seeds
They
versus
should've been
bottom
number two.
seeds. Okay. All right, so, but this is what we got. All right, so Boys and Men, New Edition, all for New Edition moving forward because I think that's going to be the consensus. Everybody raise their hand.
Unfortunately, because I like Boys and Men though.
Yeah.
They got some
New
jokes.
Okay,
Edition.
so it's New Edition. That's easy. Mint Condition and High Five. I know my pick.
Hey, can we do... Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Is there any way we can, like, when we say who they are, can we play one of their
We
top
could play-
songs?
We could play a little
and
bit
then
of
we
this
vote.
song. We could play a little bit of this song.
So that
Okay.
way, because everybody might not know who these people are.
You got
Just say
Spotify?
you. Just
Huh?
say you.
Yeah.
Because that would
Just
be the
me?
quickest
Yeah,
way.
just
All right, fuck that shit. Okay. I just want to know.
All right, that's cool.
Somebody else got to play it so I can keep it on the screen.
All right.
I don't got my phone.
Hold on. So,
We got Spotify.
We don't
why
have-
Littles ain't
Whoever
know?
got
we don't have
Spotify.
iPhones over here, nigga.
I got title.
Oh, that's fine. Title will work.
Spotify, yeah.
You got an iPhone?
Yeah, he got iPhone. Oh, he giving it to you.
So you got to play their top song or one of their songs.
It should come. That's why I said Spotify, because Spotify will list the top.
Oh, it will. You got
yeah.
Spotify?
No, I got tired.
He got title. Hold on, let me loosen this up.
Somebody else can mirror the screen though, and then I can do it on Spotify.
We don't need to get on screen because they got it on their phone, so we good.
Yeah, we got it on the phone.
All right.
So Rip could do
Let
it.
Rip do it. Let Rip do it. No?
Rip could do it. All right, here we go.
So it's
So the
Mint,
first two-
Condition, and Half Half.
No, we're gonna go back.
Oh, go back.
So we're gonna
All
do
right.
Boys to Men New Edition.
All right.
It's good for the show. I wonder what the top song for New Edition is on there. Let's see.
Boys
It got to be
It better
hanging up.
be.
What? It better be what?
I'm trying to think of
Can you stand the rain?
It better be.
Oh, yeah,
It better
that
be
go
Can
hard.
You Stand the Rain. All right, so who was first? Boys to Men, right?
Boys and Men first.
And it
Boys and
was. It is.
It is. Okay, so end of the road for Boys to Men?
Yeah.
All right, let's play a little bit. Oh, you ain't got it in here.
Yeah, that's why I say somebody else got
No,
to
fuck
mirror
that.
their screen.
Put it on here.
Yeah, because we got
Excuse
it.
my language.
We got.
Because the audience can't see that.
Yeah, they can't see
so
that.
put it on here.
We belong
I'm going with Boys and Men. I
together.
don't give a fuck what y'all say.
We belong together.
And you know that
I might have changed my vote though.